And to her new title edition, she is an author of a good book. Dr. Farah, welcome to the platform of Baby Chakra. Being a mother, being
Thank you so
a
much.
doctor, now an author, three feathers in your cap already. What else you have to say? Please, the stage is all yours.
Um, what else I have to say? I've always been very interested in breastfeeding.
Right?
To be the fourth feather is going to be which I'm going to complete the exam this month. So that's
Wow.
the next thing, and hopefully teenage or the hospital where I'm working, and
Okay.
and the next book is in the pipelines.
Wow, that's amazing. So, Dr. Farah, what was the initial thought of writing down a book for urban moms?
Okay, so Bangalore, and I myself am an urban. So anybody says anything to me, ki like, "Bachcho," and I'll be like coughing at them. This is first child. I have two kids.
Okay, Dr. Farah.
Urban and a doctor. तो सबसे ज्यादा क्या बोल रहे हैं कुछ भी बोलते रहते हैं ये लोग like my mom was very much into little bit of castor oil on a daily basis, just like chatana. Okay, and the first time around I went to panic mode when my
Okay,
son was about to be born. I said, like, this cannot happen. This cannot happen. Absolutely not.
right.
Not let it obviously very like and make sure that doesn't happen.
Uh-huh.
But it did happen
Okay.
when I was. And later on, I read research about that castor oil does protect you from in the future. It
Mm-hmm.
has something called as resinolic, one example, and
Yes.
that sparked my curiosity. Like, okay, it's in the works. Researchers are finding out that castor oil works, and castor oil to a child as a punishment was one thing.
Yes.
Is in the 60s,
Yes.
but as a prophylaxis, it was also it was a very important child. So I was like,
Correct.
why are we scoffing about it? Why doing it? Why are we not, opening our scientific minds a little towards it?
Mm-hmm.
And by the time my second child came, I karo. Just keep her healthy, do whatever. And the fact, huge difference between my two children. My son had bronchitis all the time, one cold, and he'll be like puking out phlegm. He go like next day she's fine. So there
Okay.
are two things I hold responsible. एक तो वो castor oil नहीं लेने देने मेरी भी and the second thing is breastfeeding में बहुत फर्क था. So
Right.
the question you asked me, why did you write this book? I wrote this
Yes.
book because there were two things that I was not able to do, and in spite of being a doctor, person, and
Mm-hmm.
in good mental health, I
Mm-hmm.
still blame myself. I don't blame myself, but I still lost out on a very important life experience, which is birthing naturally, and the
Mm-hmm.
other one was breastfeeding my firstborn.
Okay.
Birthing naturally, I still accepted. Like, ठीक हुआ, as long as my child was healthy and happy.
Dr. Farah.
डिले था, उसको बहुत होते थे. So, and there's something about उसको अमृत बोलते हैं for a reason. It's like it's and it is the only thing your child needs. So, my interest in postpartum mothers was, एक तो हम बहुत vulnerable रहते हैं, and
Correct.
I let them out बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा vulnerable, and रूरल जो गांव में रहते हैं वो लोग को बोले हैं, whereas urban औरतें who are educated, speaking, googling mothers
Yes.
that depend करते हैं rather than anyone telling us. Blame them entirely. It's for good reason. Science hopefully मिल, but भी तो मिलता है नहीं ज्यादातर. And नानी दादी तो क्या कहते हैं, that's their shrug it off. क्या फ्रस्ट्रेशन होता है, नहीं करो ये सब, ऐसा मसाज करने की जरूरत नहीं है. तो ये सब मैं देख रही थी between my two children. तो मेरी second baby होने के बाद when she was 4 months old, writing this book, I found enough and real life experiences in women. और मैंने किया online baby chakra. That was a huge part of thing. I had held ask me anythings. Um, Tanya had told me to that ask anything, and I would find weight loss. तर यही सवाल आते थे मुझे, and I was like, why is everyone obsessed with this? Because I was like, ठीक है यार, अच्छे मोटे मोटे हो गए हैं, but it's okay for the baby, it's for breastfeeding. बुरा लगता था मुझे भी, बुलाते थे गाय, बुलाते थे मोटी, बुलाते कुछ भी, बुला टिप्स पे कमेंट, हर चीज पे कमेंट रहता था. आई लाइक कभी ना कभी तो चला ही जाएगा, बट देयर आर अदर वुमेन जो इतना करते
Yes.
हैं.
Right. So with that, you
क्यों बोल
told
रहे हैं मुझे?
absolutely with that point and the intensity which the I understand your complete intensity. You know that all urban moms need a helping hand, and self
They do.
pity is something which we don't really look forward for during our postpartum period. Definitely, and vulnerable.
Right.
I do agree to it.
तो there was a big, we knew what we were told and what we wanted to believe. Huge
Correct.
gap. We didn't
Correct.
know what we know is correct or not. कि ये करना चाहिए भी क्या नहीं. Then we didn't know कि ये जो मुझे बोल रहे हैं, example, I wouldn't say सारी नानी दादियां बराबर बोलती है. Something ridiculous like माँ को पानी है. Mentioned many times, माँ को पानी नहीं देते थे. one of my very close, छुप छुप के पानी पीती थी, वो भी गरम. Normal होता था. She said I was so thirsty the first 2 months. They didn't let me drink water. दूध पतला हो जाएगा. But that's the thing, right? Colostrum थोड़ा गाढ़ा है, thickish, yellowish, whereas the milk that comes up 5th or 6th day, it looks patla because it's patla. It is supposed to be that way. It fulfills the बच्चे का water का need. To cow's milk, जिससे सारे फॉर्मूला डिराइव होते हैं, सारे many formulas डिराइव होते हैं, soy milk से होते हैं. So it is patla and it is for your child.
Correct.
Tailor made for your child. In fact, मतलब अगर 6 महीने का भी हो गया, उसको तुम पार्क में लेके जाओ, मिट्टी में डाला, after that you don't have to go crazy about his hygiene. Breastfeed करा दो, he'll like pat you, put your hand in your mouth, things, and your body, your skin will tell your body ये बच्चे ने ये सब गंदगी करके आया है, इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स देना है, तो वो मदर्स मिल्क में नेक्स्ट मील में
मिल जाता.
सो दैट्स व्हाई हाँ मिल जाता है. I was like, this is so important, yet little is known. And हमारी maternity policy है on paper, but it does not translate a good maternity policy in practice. Because क्या होने वाला है इतने लंबी लीव लेकर? Is seen as a liability. They will not want to have a woman, whereas a man is not a liability. तो मेरी बुक में मैं parental leave का भी, I make a case for a parental leave where they can share leave days. माँ बीमार पड़ गई, माँ से नहीं हो रहा है, बच्चा ज्यादा रो रहा है, so she needs the support of her husband, whoever she lives with.
Right. So
There are
beautifully
a lot of things.
right. So
Yeah.
could you take us through the chapters of your book, the name and the
Sure.
chapters of your book?
Sure. So this is my book. It's
Right.
and
Very
New
beautiful
Moms.
cover page.
Oh, thank you. And title is also like easy to remember because at Pan Macmillan was very happy with the title.
Yes.
I'll walk you through my book. Okay, so the first I want to tell you, this is not a pregnancy book. Is it like a child care wala book? This is somewhere postpartum book. तो आपको pregnancy में ideally पढ़ना चाहिए ये book. And once you're through, it you can referring or your husband or your partner or whoever can help you out. So the first chapter is taking care of the new mother. Can you guys see?
Right.
Okay, now
Yeah.
taking care of the new mother, mein I cover basic care, not complicated things, not abnormality, like surgery जरूरत पड़ गई. No, नॉर्मल डिलीवरी या सिजेरियन हुआ है, 3-4 आ गए हैं. This is for that person. It is not for complicated case. There's a
Got
long
it.
admission. There's like a high blood pressure in the mother and risky delivery. I do not speak of that. I speak normal care. I
Okay.
talk about uh, बाल सर को क्यों कवर कर.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they tell you to stay at home for the first weeks or
40
40
days.
days?
Yes.
Yeah. What else can you expect from mother or mother-in-law or grandmother, whoever? Belly speak about. Then there are things like हाथ करना
Yes.
चाहिए. Then how to belly mind that. Then yeah. So this is what I speak about in the first chapter. Next we come to a called the new mother's diet. That's our second chapter. The new.
Okay.
अब इसमें मैं I touch up upon things क्या नहीं खाना चाहिए, क्या कहेंगे. So I start off with first I giving the diet culture जो चल रहा है. प्रोटीन खाओ, फैट मत खाओ, प्रोटीन मत खाओ, मतलब anything and everything goes. मिल रहा है कोई वेबसाइट पे, कुछ मिला कैबेज डाइट पे जाओ, इस पे जाओ, उस पे जाओ. This chapter clarifies कि गैस फॉर्मिंग क्या, नॉन वेजिटेरियन हो के आप क्या खा सकते हो, how can you meal prep. Now this is an important thing for a single mother or a mother who doesn't have any support system, who cannot afford a cook or who cannot find or who does not have, like suppose they live in there are NRIs living abroad, they do not have the help. It's difficult, especially in the Gulf. It's like a little difficult to find. Start off with first debunking for a dieting. I speak a bit about cholesterol, and then I start talk about delivery. And now this is a very important. I speak about someone change her name. I have seen this person. And when she was postpartum, she got severe pneumonia because her immunity came down so low. उसको ना खाने, वो जवारी की रोटी खाती थी, नॉर्मल रोटी खाती थी, fruits, nothing, absolutely nothing was allowed to her. She actually, I know this person personally. When she was 4 months after delivery, and mother, बच्चा घर में अडॉप्ट कर लिया था, 4 महीने का बच्चा. But when she came back and she was able thing. I speak about things like ज्यादा लोगों को nuts और वो nutty लड्डूस पसंद नहीं है. In favor of those कि आपको क्यों खाना चाहिए, मेथी का लड्डू है, it has on your milk production, on your overall energy, to avoid. So एक तो है कि आप होगा डिलीवरी के बाद. So I speak about नुस्खे जो होते हैं इसे अवॉइड करना. Sorry, gas formation, and then the special foods that we use. So I took from Marwari culture, वो एक खसखस का दूध देते, and how it really knocks the mother out, and I debunk ओपी रहता है और माँ को नशा आ रहा है, बच्चे को नशा आ रहा है. It's not. Then I talk about कि you do not have, if you don't want to be vegan, just because there's pressure vegan से सब कुछ हो रहा है, you do not have to. There are multiple things, especially in India, खाने के लिए.
Yes.
Because vegetarian versus non-vegetarian, and in non, how you have the bone soup broth become very popular in the last couple of years. Making broth soup, जैसे पाया होता है. Do you understand what?
Yes. Yes, I
goat
know.
goat trotters, goat के
Goat
feet,
waters.
okay, they are rich in minerals, extremely rich. और उसको एक करते हैं, minimum 1 घंटे के लिए पकाते हैं, so it leaches minerals from the bone of the goat, and which is
Yes.
fantastic healing of the mother. And I speak about very specific thing, soya bean. Why it should be soya chunks, soya nuggets, whatever you call it. Great source of protein. Please have it in breastfeeding. Absolutely wrong. Gassy, it's going to reduce your milk supply. It's going to interfere with thyroid function. आपको thyroid की कमी हो सकती है उसकी वजह से. तो मैं उसकी हूँ. And here I bring in another culture, not just Indian, Chinese culture. How soybean over there being a protein source is avoided in lactating mothers because of all these. वहाँ पे बोलते हैं ये ठंडा खाना है, नहीं देना है. They talk about pig trotters. I do not see that over here, so I didn't. For them, the hot food was pig trotters. Pig
Got it.
non-vegetarian. How to improve your immunity? What are your options? Now, after that, after once the mother is taken care of, her food is taken care of, we come to the third chapter, which is looking after. अब इसमें I talk about this very famous, very popular custom. So she's just delivered. She has no clue what's going on. But बच्चे को शहद चटाना या खजूर चटाना,
Hmm.
इसमें खजूर चटाते हैं, हिंदुइज्म में शहद चटाते हैं, शहद चटाते हैं. So why that is so important for you? And now its importance is being known in one research paper in Australia I had read कि बच्चे को जब शुगर कम होता है, हाइपोग्लाइसीमिया, उसका importance. Then I go up skin to skin contact, first 24 the baby से,
Right.
बेबी का पीए है,
Yes.
and nursery. I speak Westerners.
Okay. Doctor.
To massage a preterm baby or a term baby, okay,
Mm-hmm.
whatever oil you use in cooking, it can
Yes.
be oil which is like, don't go for it, it's all adulterated. वो extra virgin लिखते हैं, or if you just 2% extra virgin olive oil and rest is processed, so you just go for sesame oil, राई का तेल, all these, you can go for anything. And how that gets absorbed by the baby's skin,
Yes.
and that's a very important thing. It gets absorbed by the baby's skin, contributes to weight gain, and that's something we miss out. If you follow Western blog only, they talk about breast karna. Yeah, that's important. That builds a bond between the mother and that deep massage, deep muscle massage, extremely important, and it is seen in our country. It is something we should adopt.
Right.
And
Absolutely right.
the head, this is a very important thing that we miss out on, especially अगर आपको ऐसे बोलते हैं ना चित सुलाना, sleep,
Hmm.
it actually flattens the back of the head, and that is bad for the child. तो
Hmm.
बच्चा माँ के बाजू सोएगा ना तो वो पलटता रहता है, कभी दूध
Hmm.
कभी माँ थोड़ा उस साइड गई, that way. And I speak baby oil and all those things, baby soap, diapers, way in between, the usable diapers and disposable
Reuse.
diapers. Ki if you're
Dispose.
in this, what else you need to look for? At the end of it, put forward the mother's ease and comfort rather than environment जाए भाड़ में.
Correct.
Environment तुम्हारा बच्चे का potty धोने. You are the one sleeping and doing all of this. So it's okay, cut your slack. And later on, maybe after you've settled, maybe after 2 or 3, you can start going for reuse. In baby sickness and in health, that's the next chapter. I talk about patient, brain development, growth, castor oil, बोला था, वो I have included speak about baby's head and cap जो fungal infection वगैरह होता है, circumcision, vaccination, respiratory का thing that you can ear infection extremely important babies, umbilical cord care, ये सब मैं करती हूँ cover after
Right.
child sickness. Wrote breastfeeding से मेरी शुरू हुई है. In
Right.
breastfeeding, I talk about the basics. I holds. I talk about the basics that expect from yourself, and जिसको colostrum कहते हैं, how important that is to your child. It should be comfortable, and and here in this I am technical and the most practical. ये
Mhm.
chapter for breastfeeding मतलब I go from the maxi to the bra, the top for outside feeding, everything I cover. Support system in home. This is where my book actually comes into form, where I speak about how the doctor, how grandmother मतलब बच्चे की grandmother, how a relative can be a maker or breaker of your breastfeeding journey.
Absolutely.
Extremely, extremely important because this is something you only think in retrospect. कि हाँ, maybe I might have been able to. And
Right.
what is the point? The child has that golden window of being able to breastfeed the child. And here I speak about uh, mothers, like I think monsters-in-law, even own mothers. They're who lived on formula. See, you're an intelligent working child. Why do you care? Like to the baby that way. And I speak about the psychology, where that is coming from, and what do we take and what do we not count. कितना क्या seriously लेना चाहिए. All of that. And if now, just read this chapter. This gives you the whole thing. कि postpartum, what a woman goes through and why is she going through that. And
Mhm.
I have not shied away from pointing out where the healthcare falls short. The history of breast, thing like not detailed, but bits. कि ये क्यों आया था? Why did this come into being? And then I infection, nipple cracks, and what you can do at home, what to look out for while breastfeeding, and technical things which your lactation professionals will tell you कि ऐसा करो, इन्हीं में माँ को समझ नहीं आने वाला है while she reads it. So, lactation professional, I cannot stress this enough. Woman needs to find a good lactation professional, a consultant, anyone, before she delivers.
Correct.
Extremely important if she wants to journey. Next, yeah, some penny pinching.
Okay.
Gave one whole ganit of how much gave by going breastfeeding. Like literally, I decided and did all the calculation. मैंने कितना खर्चा किया था फॉर्मूला फीडिंग. सो लाइक फुल पेनी पिंचिंग बन गई थी. कंजूस बन के बताया था ये देखो ऑलमोस्ट 50,000 तुम अभी ये मतलब कितना साल 2 साल हो गए रिलीज होके. दिस इज 42,000 4th year of breastfeeding. अभी तो कुछ 50 होगा.
Yes,
This is the
absolutely.
kind of money you're saving.
Saving.
Even want to say कि pediatrician consultation be taken into account. The child will fall at least 2 times more sick than would you would
Yes.
expect it to be. Cough medicine, sab
That's
because
nice.
that's what I faced between the two kids. The difference was huge. Now, it's important to every mother. Breastfeeding is most important to me. That every but body image and how it changes delivery, how your um, the relationship you have with your own body, how that changes. Extremely like you hate your body, the way it's nice to you, people are not kind to you. And I speak about the different kinds of body image issues. Varicose veins हो जाते हैं किसी को. Stretch marks are really really dark and takes a toll on them कि इतना dark क्यों. बाकियों को तो एकदम silvery gray है. Think about why do we look the way we are, and how to start your journey by nourishing your body, because this guy controls
Mhm.
everything. So even
Yes.
if you just say, no, I'm just saying it, it's so, your brain believes whatever you say. And the hold on to fat, the stress hormones which hold on come from here. They start. So once this is relaxed and you don't really care about how you look, you are on a healthier track, as long as you're feeding your baby well, that is important. Then I give I'm not bus zabani jama kharch nahi ki. So it's important to every woman. It was very important. Sick of the commentary I would get, and yeah, I speak about how you can boost your metabolism, personal experience for like my personal experience, how I lost after delivery, then how to start your workout routine, what to not do. Abdominal crunches, please never get yourself checked. Now, this next chapter is a difference between life and mental
Yes.
health. This is very important. Depression, postpartum anger, rage, uh, many things, and why it starts. Why is it more rampant? Is it because we know more, people are sharing more online, or is it I weigh those in? I give reverse mood disturbances, and breastfeeding is right on top in reversing
Right.
disturbances because of the simple reason that oxytocin, hormone that gets released, that hormone, happy hormone. Then how to
Yes.
interact with your baby to lift your mood.
Yes.
Lori, our age old Lori. Why is that so? Coming back as music therapy. Everything which was there before, it's coming back. It's
Coming
just,
back.
oh yeah, it's all back. Then I talk about important things. I think most cesarean mothers have that. I think one woman who doesn't have it, she's like, I don't care. I just wanted the baby. You know, she's the only one who said that. One has some feeling guilty. He, was I not like? And it's not baseless. It's a very important thing because people do tell. My mate told me, oh, yeah, she said some word for city girl. कि बहुत कमजोर होती है उनसे पुश करने नहीं होता है something like that. Like, how dare you? Excuse me. Then next we baby bedrooms, and here's the fun part. Maybe not ours, but for the dads probably yeah. So how back to finding your with your partner, your husband, whoever is the person in your life, and actually if someone is picking this book up, men jump to this chapter first and see why you think your wife is क्यों पागल लग रही हो तुमको भी. This chapter will explain that because she's so deprived of and verbal communication. She's learning a completely new her own child. तो अगर तुम उसके बाजू में जाके बैठोगे and Facebook and talking absent-mindedly, she's gonna get pissed. Where is my eye contact? She's learning that. Baby makes eye contact, baby makes cute sounds, communication. And अगर तुम eye contact ही नहीं कर रहे हो, then where's my attention? Whole day I was giving attention to your child. Now who's giving me attention? Empty. Her cup is perpetually empty, and you need to fill that up.
Correct.
No pun intended. Okay, you need to fill that up. Her body might be on training sex, but her brain might not be, and vice
Correct.
versa.
Correct.
Sexual non-concordance.
Yes.
So I explore, and from there I move on to a very which is contraception क्या use करना है and myths around intra जो कॉपर्टी होता है लूप होता है क्या जो भी कहते हैं आप उसको के बारे में तो मैंने इतने मतलब लोग इतना डरते हैं को कॉपर वर्ड सुनते ही मेटल डालने वाले हैं they're putting a metal and it'll or something will happen it will break through my uterus and so I sit and clear all of that and the last one of the most important chapters getting back into the workforce break what are your rights what you can ask for how can you approach subject and that's the book
Yes. Yes. So that
that
was an
brings me to the end.
amazing
Seven
session.
chapters, seven chapters,
Yes. That was an
for the
amazing
simple reason that
session.
a healthy mother. Oh, thanks.
Healthy mother is very much required. Urban mothers,
Yes.
hashtag is urban mothers. And
Hmm.
the last two chapters which you told, as the husband would open the book and read the first and last two chapters and then jump up here. I get that. And one more
Yes.
important point you told from a father's perspective is that the parental leave. It's not always
Yes.
the mother who has the maternity leave. It's always the parents also the fathers require the paternity leave. That's where the cord strikes, and if the balance is there, it will string together. This is So, Dr. Farah, it was nice, amazing session. My only doubt over here is how do our users from Baby Chakra purchase this book?
So I have given the link. I think it's in the chat box. It's an Amazon link. You can purchase it now and follow me on Baby Chakra as well as Facebook पे मैं तो उतना active हूँ नहीं.
Okay,
For updates, you can keep logging in and you can see my previous chats and my previous on Baby Chakra. There's a lot to learn. We have done in 20 when everything was locked down. We had done around 9 uh, live sessions with Baby Chakra. You can check out the. We have covered all the topics that we spoke about in detail.
right.
So you can check that out, and you can. It's available on Amazon. It's called Newborns and New Moms. Leave me a review, nice review on Amazon after you read it.
Definitely,
Gift it,
our
or
users will reach out
recommend
to
it
you.
to your friends.
Definitely.
I think
So,
chat mein below it's given the link.
yes, the link is shared in the chat box, and also, so as she told in the beginning of her session, stay tuned for her second book. I am very much eager, and the most mysterious part was that after her second pregnancy, she started writing it, and she made it possible. That's a learning lesson for all of us. So, if you wish to do it, you make it happen anyhow. Yes.
Yes, and if you really life for it, if you really love it, so it just needs discipline
It just needs
and a
discipline.
lot of research.
So, on behalf of Baby Chakra, I wish you all the very best for your second book, which is in pipeline. And definitely, our users will be using this book, and definitely, you might see a few reviews also on Amazon. So, thank you for joining us on this live session. Though you were not keeping well, your throat was a little irritant, but you still managed to, pull the session beautifully. Thank you so much for being with Baby Chakra.
Yeah. Thank you, Baby Chakra, for having me.
Thank you. Bye.